cut out upon the replay. I've noticed that the chat does. Ooh, what's happened to the hair? We'll sort the lighting out in just a second. Just wait for the people to join on in. Live chat activated. Got the layers on tonight. They've been cold and dark. You'll not be able to see. Nice and dark out there. Okay. Put that there for now. Welcome to anyone that is joining, and for those that may be watching on catch up. Chris, like a mist effect, that bright light. Whew, look at that. Nice and bright. I think the quality isn't as bad. Oh God. It's a bit glaring. Can turn it down just a little bit. Whoa. A little bit too dark, wasn't it? Welcome to those that have joined. Yes, this is the Noah Presgrove case. I just got blinded by the light. Was it the light or was it your eyes, Strawberry? Could have been a combination of both. Dogs are barking out. So Strawberry on time, showing up, back to back. Oh, your pad's given up. It's probably not the only thing. I think my phone has nearly given up on itself after all those emojis. I'm surprised nothing blew up. Yeah, very, very late, Ellen. But somehow I have the stamina. I don't know where it came from, that stamina. You know, it's like a boost here and there. But what I wanted to do, and I don't know if I would need to do a follow-up video depending on the reach, but in terms of the original suspect list, and it's original because it's old, and is it official? No. Is it by Justin Roy? Yes. Just giving my reactions on it. Oh, Strawberry, looks like we've got someone lurking back there. Over there. I'm going to try and listen in. No one better be perving on me. Shh. Quiet. Welcome, Janet, and everyone else watching in the background. I'm just wondering, how did I used to do the live streams? Because, did I balance the tripod on my knee? Or what? It's a little bit shaky. So speaking of shaky, not too shaky, even though it's cool out because I've got the coat on. Ooh. I wish that light would work better. Oh, there we go. All it took was one thumb. One press of the thumb inwards and it fixed it. My fingers do magic at times. You stay like that. Strawberry says, how are you, Ref? I'm doing really good. It's been an amazing day. How are you doing, Strawberry? How are things? Apologies about the hair. It's a bit of a mess at the moment. I mean, to be honest, I don't think it was... I think it was a mess from the moment I woke up, but there we go. So, what do we have here? When was this? By Justin Roy. Oh, you know. Oh, do I know? I think I've still got a little bit of hair on my shoulder. And it's not my hair. The 5th of the 6th, 2024. I'm not too sure if the dates are reversed because it's in the US at 8:36 p.m, which was a Facebook DM message by Justin Roy posted to someone saying, so my main suspects and the cover-ups how correct was Justin Roy when it came to his opinion, his predictions back in 2024? Because the wrongful death lawsuit, if I'm correct in saying, was, what is it, July? It was in 2025. Oh, bloody hell. I nearly dropped my phone now. Well, I dropped almost one of the phones. Thank you, Strawberry. Okay, I think hopefully no more come about because I'm not really able to talk. Oh, we've got Janet as well. Okay. So what I'll do, because I know you can't see it, but basically, how do I show it on there? It's back to front, so that's really clever. That it's a screenshot from a Facebook conversation in the past. And in terms of Justin's suspects, number one on the list is Jack Newton. Now, not all of them have an explanation next to the names as to why they were deemed as suspects in the eyes of Justin Roy. Things obviously have changed since, and I'm sure explanations by Justin have as well, but, you know, it's old. It's important to acknowledge that. And when it's old, obviously, you could argue and say it's outdated, but it's always worth comparing as to how true was it and how close, how accurate, because you've seen my predictions before. I made predictions with time and they do tend to happen and be true. So welcome to anyone else who has joined along the way. I mean, part of me's thinking, would it be more comfortable if I did this on my knees? I might get on my knees in a second. Truth or justice, I was going over old screenshots where Justin claimed Jack called 911, but later than others, he claimed partygoers said older men were there. Neither true. Welcome, Truth for Justice. Old screenshots. Jack calling 911. Right, let's just see. Can I, oh God. I'm going to put this. I think, was it once when I ended up dropping something and it broke? Put that there. Okay, Truth, I'll be on the lookout for that. Is that better? It's better for the back. Alan says the twist and lies that Michael and Justin can manufacture is phenomenal. I'll be honest with you, I don't know why, but I always look really creepy when it comes to doing live streams in the dark, the way I'm lurking about, but I can't really change how my face looks. It's just unfortunate. I guess I could get away with it. I was telling horror stories, but I'm not. Right. Are you okay with the camera angle, Strawberry? I mean, it's probably accurate, isn't it? Because you would be looking up at me based on the height. Get that out the way. Is that light work? No. I noticed these lights have got little knobs you're supposed to twist. You know, little, when you go, whoa, they fell forward. So really, you twist the knobs. I don't know if you've got any, Strawberry. Right. Oh, God. Rude. Careful, Strawberry. You might activate a certain accent from this mouth. People on Michael's page complaining, saying phones should have been taken, honestly, so not now by now that was done. So they not know. I mean, because there was a time where maybe a handful of people, maybe even Michael as well, have gone on about police not doing enough at all. And then that recent post by Michael and Chris Pyatt saying, well, the police have actually done more than enough on one area, at least. They should expand elsewhere. So the concept of saying the police haven't done enough whatsoever at a time of when maybe some didn't know the full story or what was going on behind the scenes. And then once it was opened up to them or leaked in some way, then it's like, oh yeah, they are doing more than enough. So opinions can shift and change when certain forms of facts are presented. It's still quiet. Very quiet. Just move that light a bit over there. Okay. So I guess when the names are read out, as for the suspects, what Justin Roy believed at the time, I'll give my thoughts and response as in how it could be perceived as one of the partygoers being responsible in some way, even if it's not completely true, but just opinions and thoughts, and that's it. Whether that be applied more so from the past or present, they have to push corruption, otherwise their theory doesn't work. And that's what the interesting thing is, truth for justice. There's certain aspects where you could think of it as murder or foul play, and you don't even have to push it unnaturally. You might be wrong, the autopsy might not support it, but if you genuinely believe it to be murder or foul play, you can still put that case across without having to force it unnaturally like how most people have done. I mean, I've demonstrated it myself. Strawberry, quality, not quantity. You're very right, Strawberry. You do speak the truth very often. Just because it's random, I can demonstrate when I said about how the nose can twitch. I don't know if it'll show up clearly. Does it work? I think it twitched. I won't do it too much because it looks a bit silly. But you get the idea. So how would Jack Newton, you saw it, didn't you? How would Jack Newton be a suspect at any point or time? In terms of how accurate Justin Roy is, or some kind of involvement, Justin was correct in terms of Jack based on the wrongful death lawsuit, at least, just based on that. With Jack being best friend to Noah Presgrove just by default in the case would make him a person of interest. It just simply ticks the boxes, as in if you know that individual, if you're close to them, and geographically if you're close, makes you a person of interest. But by sleeping, it makes Jack innocent. And even if it was a mistake or some thought it was to be a lie, 11:30, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, as long as Jack went to sleep before 3:30, just like Caden Pressey, technically it should make them innocent. In terms of the build-up aspect, as a wrongful death lawsuit suggests, Jack Newton being labelled as responsible for the buying of alcohol, supposedly. Not directly, but indirectly setting it up for Noah Presgrove to become vulnerable and for the events to follow from there. But at the end of the day, whether alcohol is bought or not by somebody else of underage, it's Noah's choice to drink, unless Noah was peer pressured, forced, brainwashed into drinking, and that's probably not the case. Hopefully you're warm, Strawberry. If not, there's enough room in this coat. So they collected a lot of information. What's the battery like on here? Oh, we're good for battery. The only thing that stands out to me personally with Jack Newton, whether it's depending on how truthful it is, would be the wrongful death lawsuit claim, because that's what I believe what's regarded as a claim of Jack and Avery having that verbal fight with Noah. Janet says, why are you outside? I'm outside because for some reason when I did the live stream test a few days ago, the quality was actually pretty good when watching it back on replay, and the Wi-Fi was okay, so hopefully if it continues like that, that'll be better. I do it outside as well because it gets too hot inside. I'll start sweating, I'll get wet, and I don't really want to feel like that afterwards, especially when going to sleep. It's really clear. That's good to know. I mean, the same could be said about your profile picture. It's very clear, very crystal. I don't have to look too close. I can look at it far away and I know exactly who that is on screen. I could go in there right now. Well, when I say in there, that's the shot, but I could go into the house right now, look through the window, don't need binoculars, don't need a telescope. I can see you. Line 500 people up in front, I'll still see you. Was there any other reasons as to why I'm outside? I don't know why. Sometimes performance is better in the dark. And speaking of which, 14 people have showed up to the live stream now, which is actually really good compared to the last one that was done. Truth or Justice, especially saying it happened right before he walked off. I'd like to know how that established, since he would be sleeping. The petition has so many inaccurate information, it's hard to trust. That's fair. By default, people are going to believe more in what's mentioned in that wrongful death lawsuit petition just because it's official papers. Even if it's just claims and it's not backed up with evidence, at the moment, the general public will naturally listen to what's mentioned in the wrongful death lawsuit, even if it's very false. People are more likely to do that compared to the same stuff was mentioned by familiar faces or strangers online in an informal setting. It's like built-in default influence of people will say, whenever there is official documents, official papers, then it's the be-all and end-all, and it's the complete truth. Not always the case. But people will still believe in that more than if it was just randomly said online. Ah, I'm getting pins and needles. What is that here? Why the fuck is the chili powder in the shack? What the fuck's that doing there? Where did that come from? That's weird. Bloody hell. Fucking chili powder. Sorry, Toby, I shouldn't be shaking this too close because it's a bit spicy. Wrong addresses, gender, ownership. That's true. Was it in the wrongful death lawsuit that, or was it in the one of the court document responses by one of the defendants served, where it mentioned one of the males as she instead of he? Or was it to do with, was it Carter Combs when they called her he instead of she? Something like that. A simple online search will prove many things that aren't true. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not being corrected. What's this? Fucking lavender. Little witch's coven. Jesus. And I've got a sheep here as well. And a horseshoe. Strawberry says it's heartbreaking. Noah lost his life, and for what? So sad. It's true. Okay. Any other mentions of Jack? No, I'm just interested in the verbal fight with, well, it appeared to be a 2-on-1, Jack and Avery. Oh, we got Brenda. Welcome, Brenda. Key individual. It was Stevie and Logan that were referred to as he. Okay, then. For Stevie's name to be mentioned, I'm guessing that will be to do with the original papers. Because Stevie hasn't been served yet, so it probably will be the original papers unless Stevie's name was brought up in one of the other responses. But still, if mistakes are made from 2023 to 2025, more than enough time to create a wrongful death lawsuit and the papers, and to still get it wrong, it just looks amateur. And if you're trying to make an impression, it's not a good look. The process server referred to them as he. Caleb didn't own the side-by-side, no idea why he's included. Yeah, to be honest, it made no sense. It would have made more sense if they just said Caleb's involved just because he was at the scene and he picked up and then placed down a tooth. You know, that would have made more sense than stating he was in ownership of the side-by-side and he gave permission for Noah when he wasn't even physically there and he didn't even make a call to Noah. So it sounded like a desperate attempt that to try and bring Caleb into it. If people genuinely believe Caleb Newton is involved, it would have been good if at least the wrongful death lawsuit actually made more of a valid claim or point, instead of saying he was allowing Noah permission to use the side-by-side when we're not seeing any evidence of that, and Caleb wasn't there, and even Caden Pressey says that. Just going to stretch for a second. Oh, my knee's gone cold. Oh my God, I just realised it's actually matching. It's almost matching. How interesting. That's actually interesting now. Hopefully I don't knock the camera screen. There we go. It's quite an interesting angle, this. Have I got taller or have you got smaller, Strawberry? I don't know. I'm arching my back looking down at you. Where are you at, Strawberry? Where are you? True, family has information police have. So it should be interesting what comes out. Once defendants get discovery, we'll know more. That's true. What drink do you have there? Not much left of that. Pick up just for a second. Right there for a second. Nice and tall. Welcome to those that have joined a little bit late. We are taking a look at the original list when it comes to Justin Roy. And one of the names mentioned, the key one, Jack Newton. Justin was correct about that, as in it was officially included in the wrongful death lawsuit. The claim of Jack and Avery being involved in a verbal fight with Noah Presgrove. Time not given, context not given as to why there was a verbal fight. I was guessing at the time and suggested maybe the verbal fight may have taken place after the bedroom argument, because I think it was the streets. It's not streets, it's the highway. I mean, you can let me know in the comment section or the live chat right now if you believe that the possible verbal fight took place around the time of the bedroom situation. Maybe coinciding with Noah Presgrove walking outside. But if that was the case, it wouldn't help Jack Newton because he was supposed to be asleep. He can't be in two places at once unless he was asleep, woke up for whatever reason, and then after the verbal fight went back to sleep. The fight itself may just be verbal, but the timing of it is very important. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Stable camera angle. Strawberry, please refrain from looking up my nose. Whilst we're here, Strawberry, you can let me know what words you would like me to pronounce, because I think I've got a few lessons to learn, haven't I? With my wording. Like when I say, well, when I used to say it, I used to say fairy, and people thought I was saying a fairy. Oh, a little fairy. Fury. Is that a little bit better? Me. I don't see anyone else that has the eyes you do. You know, I'm looking around. It's all cloudy. I can't see the moon. Where's it gone? That's true, that. Well, actually, there is a breeze here, but it's not that bad. But it was a pain last night because just because of the noise of it and how it picks up and slows down, it kind of kept me awake at times. Luckily, no damage. I think there was more damage to my hair than there was outside. Oh no, the frogs are having sex. I can hear them. You probably can't hear it, but they're croaking really loud. Do you know what? What I'll do, I don't know if you'll be able to hear the frogs. If I do that for a second. Oh no, actually I'm not going to do that because I can imagine the Wi-Fi will probably go because it's slightly out of reach. I'm not going to risk that. Welcome to anyone else that has joined along the way. The list, what we're looking at, isn't just Jack Newton. Oh, we got Mike Honcho. Welcome, Mike, to the channel. So besides Jack Newton, Justin Roy believed that Caleb Newton was a suspect. How could Caleb Newton be a suspect when he wasn't even there at the time of the party? Unless the argument would be involved post-death of Noah, disposing of Noah. But ultimately, let's say Caleb was clueless as to what was going on, wasn't about, but was contacted to come on down and help or assist in covering it up, staging it on the highway. If anything like that happened, why not just check for the call logs? Because if it comes out that Jack only reached out to his father at 5:53 via text or Facebook Messenger, and then at 6:05 in the morning then made the call to father. If nothing happened before 5:53, but then there's not as much to go off from. Truth says they took Caleb's phone also. Truth, I just looked, the wording is towards the end of the party. Oh, you mean as in the verbal fight? But ultimately, what do you define as at the end of the party? Because technically, Noah Presgrove walked away at 3:30. At 4:30, when Noah's probably already dead by then, at 4:30, after the search conducted, Carter, Logan, Jasmine are back at the house. And a snap shows that with Logan and Carter at least. More importantly, at 5:27 in the morning, There's not enough hard evidence to say the party is still ongoing, but there is evidence to show that people are still having a good time and smiling. So if they're saying that the verbal fight took place at the end of the party, I would say the end of the party officially would be the moment when Noah's death is announced. And then people start crying, people start panicking and worrying. That's when the mood changes. That's when any partying or any good times, remainders, come to an abrupt end. The party may have ended for Noah Presgrove at 3:30, but the court document doesn't word it like that. The wrongful death lawsuit just words it vaguely at the end of the party. But maybe for different people, the party ends differently. By definition, the party ends at different times. Why does the party wind down when Noah's dead? Well, normally when you hear news of someone that has died, the mood will change. You're not going to celebrate and jump up and down. There's a reason it's stated that way. What you mean? Because it's incorrect. Why do they need 6 months to locate 2 people? And even if they had such a wide range of time in order to follow down those people, are they going to do it immediately? Or are they going to drag it out? Do you want any tea, strawberry? Any drinks, any refreshments? I think it was supposed to go through Monday. Yeah, because look, this is the thing. The party started Friday. No one wants to talk about Friday. No one wants to give details about Friday, which is very weird. Saturday, mentioned, Sunday. But ultimately, Monday is just as important, even if people do say people were winding down, because Monday of all days is the day of Avery's birthday. The day, Labor Day, Monday. So technically winding down early hours of Monday, but it seems weird, doesn't it? Monday morning, people are winding down, party ending, and that's the beginning of Avery's birthday. So what? The party comes towards an end, and now today's the day. Back then, it's Avery's birthday. Let's wind the party down. It should only be starting. It should only just be beginning. I can understand from Friday onwards, because of over the weekend, it's an excuse to party longer, and Labor Day as well. Cuppa, why not? Okay, strawberry, I'll do it now. It doesn't look like I'm doing anything. Just imagine it. Okay. Let's pop the kettle on. Can't do sound effects with stuff like that. Bubbling away. Pop the tea bag in, and not to be confused with Noah Presgrove tea bags. Different thing. In. There we go. Truth, I just think if anything pointed towards people at the party, this would be solved. I believe it's exactly how it looks happened on the road, and a vehicle is responsible. It's still a crime. And that is the key thing. There are people, certain defendants and named individuals and so on, who people may not like or look up to, and even they themselves said someone needs to be held accountable. As long as there's a consensus there is common sense. Brenda, her birthday was Monday. She probably had to work the next day, which is why the party was going to end Monday. That's one way of looking at it. When you say work the next day, do you mean Tuesday? Because if it was Tuesday, if she was to work, Monday, you could still party for half of the day. You could You could even party for the whole day, but just cut down on the alcohol. You shouldn't have to stop yourself having a good time just because of work the next day. If you drink responsibly, or if you just tone it down a little bit. But yeah, bastard of a plane interrupting me, noisy. Truth or justice, I just think if anything pointed towards the people at the party, this would be solved. I believe it's exactly how it looks happening on the road, and the vehicle is responsible. So have a quick look at this here. Kind of got all grainy stuff on there. Splashing some milk in. Best turn off the kettle. Okay, there you go. Where have I put it now? There you go. There's your tea. You cheeky monkey. You're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. Try to keep it in your mouth as well. So I think Justin Roy's list, including Caleb Newton, is a bit of a stretch when even the likes of Caden Pressey had said Caleb was never at the party. Third on the list, Travis Monson. That's what Justin believed at the time. And to some extent, it would have made sense back then because wouldn't have known clearly the situation with Travis Monson. Some people got mixed up with Travis Monson just when it came to the photo, which he uploaded on the Sunday. Sky, once again, I join at a weird time. Laughing my ass off. Don't laugh it off too much. You might need a replacement one. Maybe Sky, whenever you join at the weird time, you're joining at the right time. Maybe that's the reality. But when it comes to Travis Monson at the party, their Saturday and only their Saturday, and did not return back after, in terms of the next day or the day after that, Caden Pressey acknowledged that in the early days via a private Facebook DM conversation, that Caden Pressey said Travis Monson and Colton showed up, that Travis Monson was being very rude, disrespectful towards the party girls, picking them up, placing them on the countertop, making them feel very uncomfortable. And then they left, and then the two guys returned back later on the Saturday. Earlier, having stolen alcohol, when returning back, Jack confronted them and said, "You need to leave because of that." And so they left. And they didn't return back from what Caden originally said, compared to, I believe, his police interview where he stated they came back on a Sunday or Monday, which appears to be untrue. And we got Bergow popping on in. Busy day. Yeah, I mean, it's been quite a busy day for me as well. Not really had much time to catch a breath. You know, it's one of those days where, you know, hands at the work, going at it almost all hours, non-stop. Not much time to refresh oneself or get liquid, but yeah, all fine, all good. Had the energy then. I guess I was refreshed in different ways as well. Did you manage to get a workout done today, Strawberry? I know you're into the cardio-based ones. Yeah, well, I'm glad you can relate to me, Strawberry. That's good to know. Any cardio workouts? So when Travis Monson took the photo of him in the bathroom on the Saturday, he uploaded the photo to his profile picture on the Sunday, but people thought, oh, he must still be there, as in Sunday. The photo must have been taken on the Sunday. No. Photo taken day before, photo uploaded the day after. Strawberry says, I did today. Ooh. That's the thing, you wanted, well, I don't know if you wanted, but I'm going to give you it anyway. That's what he said. I think you, Strawberry, wanted to know what it sounded like when, you know, when the O, or the M. You wanted to hear what it sounded like. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't feel like this bench is going to collapse. Okay. Yeah, so there's different tones that I would do it in Strawberry. It depends the situation. If it's like I've got a good idea, which may not be often, but if it does happen, it'll probably be like, ooh, Sharon, ooh, Strawberry, oops, ooh, fucking slip of the tongue, oops. Oh my goodness. Alan, Justin also thinks that the dark side on Facebook isn't innocent either, so take where it is. There we go, Jam. Jam is present this time. I guess the notifications are working properly. Welcome to anyone else in the background. But he's always saying innocent people act like that anytime a comment is made, contradicting his lies. And then the other time I'll say ooh. It's not ooh, it's ooh, like that. And then the well, I think that's pretty simple, that like that. So, you know, you get a little taster of it, don't you? Or maybe next time I'll be like, ooh, Miss Strawberry. Ooh, Miss Strawberry, can I please hold your hand? Right, Colton Newton, not mentioned on the wrongful death lawsuit. Jam, I didn't get a notification about your live. Oh no, naughty YouTube, what's going on there? Unfortunately, that's probably how it is nowadays with YouTube and dodgy notifications. Probably why they drop in statistics as well, while probably most subscribers aren't notified. I don't know what can be done about that. Jam says, Strawberry is my favourite. Ooh, there we go. Wow. It's just popped up. That's crazy, that. That's crazy. Okay, so we're doing okay for time. I'll stop waffling on. Hopefully no one's getting motion sickness from this. I'm balancing it on my leg. I think my lap's given up on me. Right, the other suspects mentioned by Justin is Carter Combs / Howard. I guess that just means as for last name, Avery Howard, but Carter Combs is Carter Combs, not Carter Howard. Fair enough. I mean, Carter and Avery are mentioned on the wrongful death lawsuit, but in terms of involvement, I don't know if Carter Combs, unless Justin was influenced by Alicia in the past when you had that DM or conversation between Justin and Alicia said, in my opinion, I think one of the girls, maybe Carter Combs, decided to whack Noah on the head with a golf club. Mike, strawberry jam sound good. Ooh, strawberry and jam collaborating together. And it just so happens that I do like strawberry jam. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Actually, Strawberry, you're using my word there. Excuse me. Stick to your own words. Yes. Yes. Good strawberry. Exactly. So beside Carter, I'd say Avery is in the same position as Jack Newton, in my opinion, just for the sake of what's mentioned in the wrongful death lawsuit. You just nicked my No, no. I wasn't nicking your I was saying because I was quoting, reading out your comment. That's all. That's all. I promise. So I think Avery, somewhat significant alongside Jack, just because of the supposed verbal fight with Noah Presgrove. Ooh, no, Mike. Naughty Mike. No. I'm in a low battery. I don't know if anyone actually remembers, but besides the wrongful death lawsuit claim of Jack, at least, having a verbal fight with Noah, besides Avery, the only other time when it was acknowledged, as in on the Monday, was in the early days by Justin Roy in the Partisan True Crime interview. Justin Roy stated that Saturday night, in Caden's words, it was past midnight Sunday morning, early. Bit of a crossover. Justin said that Noah and Cleo, I'm so confused. Well, aren't you most of the time? But when it came to Noah Presgrove and Jack both having a verbal fight, you could say, but Justin did mention that there was pushing, shoving, it got aggressive, and Caden Pressey had to break it up. Caden has never admitted to that, but that's what Justin had said. More importantly, Justin said that Noah and Jack did have an argument, more verbal, once again, on the Monday. So, what was it? When did Justin Roy do that interview with Partisan True Crime? Was it June of 2024, or was it a month before June of 2024? So from then all the way up to I think July 2025, which is very interesting. It's the only other time it was actually mentioned or brought up. Lots of animals. Strawberry, I adore all animals. Ooh. I say I'm selective with animals myself. Oh, don't be talking about animals. It's going to set me off with the sounds. Yeah. Oh, Strawberry, that's one thing you missed out on. When I did the live stream, the test one, I did some purring. Brenda says, I like dogs way better than I like some people, but as we know, some people are more like dogs than what dogs are themselves. Justin's interview with Partisan True Crime, July 2nd. There we go. Just has it under control. So, yeah, I was close. Gingers are cool. Yeah. Got the cat. But there was a time when ginger cats were rude to me. They would run away from me. They would go nowhere near me, and things have changed since. Strawberry. Oh, the live without me. Oh, shit, I just said it. I'm sorry. Yes. God. What do we have here? Okay. Oh, fuck me. No. You are not my kitty, Cleo. You are not whatsoever. There's only one cat round here, and that's Strawberry. And it just happens that my favourite type of cat is a black cat, and I think Strawberry has black hair, so close enough. Oh, no, not a lioness. No, Strawberry's a lioness. Strawberry's a lioness for her resistance, resilience. The ginger cat is adorable. What, more adorable than me? Rude. Ah, right, so that's where Justin separates it. Ooh. Is that Sam? So Justin Roy believes that Jack Newton, Caleb Newton, Travis Monson, Colton Newton, Carter Combs, Avery Combs, back then were suspects and involved in Noah's death. And as for a cover-up, Justin at the time felt that Jasmine Millan involved Renee Millan, Mikey Lair, Brylan Sweat, Isaac Nutsack Rojas. What the actual hell's that all about? Stevie Howard and Landon Armstrong involved. Things have changed since, but at the time then, that's quite eye-opening. I'm just going to get back on my knees for a second. There we go. Spread the legs. There we go. A little bit wonky. What time are we on? Not too bad. Cleo, you need to learn to detach. Right. So was anyone shocked or surprised by the list of those involved in a supposed cover-up, including Jasmine Millan? It said next to it, the explanation behind why Jasmine Millan was labelled as a suspect in the cover-up wagered him. W-A-G-E-D. Wagered. What's the definition of wagered? Is only because, am I able to, will it work on here? Because when I think of wagered, I think of like a bet. Let me double check the meaning whilst I'm here. Having or relating to paid employment. What? What? So Jasmine Millan was paid off when covering up the case. Okay. Wallet Ref, can you read that again? Sorry, which bit do you want me to read again? The definition of wagered, or do you want the list of suspects reading out? Just let me know. In regard to Jasmine. Okay. So Justin Roy, back then in 2024, believed that Jasmine Millan was involved in the cover-up of Noah Presgrove because she wagered him. And the only thing that I could find online, as in wagered, would mean being paid, offered a form of payment, but that's through employment. wagered him. Yeah, it doesn't quite make sense. Jasmine paid Noah to die? What? Or Jasmine was paid by Noah? Makes no sense. Unless Jasmine was paid by someone else to keep quiet or to help move the body. But that's just how it's worded on here by Justin at the time. Renee Milan, involved in cleaning the house. At the time, I guess Justin influenced or later influenced by what Kathy Bingham, private investigator, said. I believe it was in one of her interviews. Kathy Bingham mentioned from her point of view that 3 days after Noah's death, she went down to the party house and was on a stakeout for 3 days straight. And the Milan family were down there doing a deep clean of the house. But Stevie Howard has said that after Noah's death, for about 2 months straight or so, the house was never cleaned and never touched. So there is some contradictions here and there, and people ever since have said Kathy Bingham was lying or not being truthful, but what's the point in saying any of that? Cleaning the house, what? Cleaning it of evidence, but cleaning it after the police have already been to the house and the police could have seen it earlier? That's what's weird. Cleaning a scene or cleaning a location after the police have already been. It just seems hard to believe. Everyone was paid off according to Justin. Even the judge has probably been paid off in advance. Well, supposedly I've been accused of being paid off as well. Kathy says that's not true. What's not true, Mike? Make sure you do clear, because I'm keeping my distance. You respect my distance, I respect your distance, right? Because let's not forget, Cleo, there was that time some months ago when I spent time trying to explain everything and trying to help, and it was thrown back in my face days later. You did not learn, and I was very disappointed in you for that. Okay? Mike Johnson says, she said she was never there. But obviously it was mentioned that she was there. So who was the one that originally stated it that way? Does anyone know? Caden. Okay. Interesting. Now, the next question would be, if Caden was the one to say it, how did Caden supposedly find out about that? Why would Caden Pressey say it? Justin Roy at the time believed that Mikey Lair, spelt incorrectly, Justin called him Mikey Liar. I don't know if that was done on purpose or not. Claiming Mikey Lair moved the body. If Mikey Lair was to move the body and he was okay doing that, then why, when with Caden on the way back, why was Mikey so distressed, just like how everybody else was? As I said, it probably what Justin felt at the time, his opinion, and that's fair enough. Mikey Lair supposedly never went asleep, so for as long as he was awake, to some extent could be considered a person of interest. What else do we have? Brylan Sweat also moved the body, supposedly, and involved in the slap game. Oh, no. Why do I cringe all the time when I hear slap game? Slap game. It's not even a game. Oh. Can I face palm onto your shoulder, Strawberry, because I need to face palm. Slap game. Oh, so cringy, that line. So getting slapped once. Oh, thank you, Strawberry. I'm coming in now, okay? Oh, no. Why does it have to be this way? Why do people call it a slap game when it only involves being slapped once? A game lasts longer than that, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yes, Noah Presgrove was slapped by Shane Johnson's Saturday night, and that was it. And then Noah slapped Monday, but Noah was asking for that one. Literally, it shows us evidence. Why does it... Why? I mean, does anyone else think it was a game? I just think it was just messing about. Oop, that's gone off. Sorry, Strawberry, if I dribbled on your shoulder. Apologies. Brylan Sweat helping move the body. Really? Why does Justin Roy call Isaac Rojas Isaac Nutsack Rojas? What's that got to do with his bells down below? It's a bit childish. Moved body, had gun. Yeah, had gun, we saw it, but so did Brylan, so did Jack. But weren't caught on camera, FM. Stevie Howard cleaned. Implying he was the one teabagged. That could be the case, couldn't it? Nutsack is his nickname, but where did that come from, Bo? Who created that nickname? Ooh. Just undo that a bit. Drink is it? Okay. What other names were there? Yeah, and then the other one was mentioned. Landon Armstrong, which is the boyfriend, or was the boyfriend, whether they're married yet or not, the boyfriend to Stevie Howard. Yes, it is Strawberry. Why are you asking? Because I thought you lost interest in that particular drink. And how do you know what it was? How did you know exactly? Oh, you've used my word again. How dare you? My goodness. Good Strawberry. And then Justin said, these are my personal suspects. Everything, huge cover-up. And they all like something Zachary Wright, OHP. However, Robin Smith alluded in parts in True Crime that the teabagging happened to Jack when Noah went to the bedroom for the 4x4 keys. Really? I don't remember that one, but I might not remember everything, personally. Right, so that list is somewhat interesting. The other thing that was mentioned was on Reddit just recently, and that was to do with a list of people in the case, like a summary. Let's move that for a second. A summary list, which I'll read out. You'll be able to find it on the Noah Presgrove Reddit page. I don't know how important it is, like a glossary. I had a glossary. Well, we had a glossary on this channel. One of the viewers, if you remember. Actually, do you know what? I'll lower the light just a little bit. I don't even think much light is being emitted from that, which is a bit dumb. What do we have? Core individual Noah Presgrove, teenager from Oklahoma, died over Labor Day weekend 2023. Extended weekend because it's Monday. Found without clothing on the side of the road. Noah Presgrove was found with clothing nearby him. Let's make that very clear. So the Reddit page has kind of got that wrong already. Found without clothing. He was found naked, but nearby there was clothing, which Noah was supposedly wearing at a certain point. His death remains the focus of community efforts, civil litigation, and ongoing questions. Oh, is that so, Ellen? What I'll do is, depending how this live stream performs, I can always do a normal video format, and I can show you the screenshot of Justin's list on screen so you can see it with your own eyes as hard evidence. We can do that at some point. What else do we have? Key individuals connected to Noah's case. Caleb Newton, named in a civil lawsuit, involved through family connection and alleged role after the events of Noah's death. What? So the person that made this glossary summarizing those involved, saying that Caleb Newton is named in the civil lawsuit and is also involved through connection and the alleged role after Noah's death. So implying a cover-up then. But the wrongful death lawsuit is claiming that Caleb has responsibility at the time of when Noah was alive, such as with the side-by-side rollover, giving Noah permission, even though Caleb was never there, and owning the side-by-side in which supposedly he didn't. So this Reddit page has basically read the wrongful death lawsuit incorrectly. It's not looking good, is it? It's really not looking good. This is supposed to be a glossary for people coming into the case for the first time. And they read that Caleb is involved in post-death of Noah Presgrove, as in covering it up. But the actual wrongful death lawsuit doesn't mention anything of that, from what I can remember. What else do we have? Jack Newton, son of Caleb, okay? Named in the civil lawsuit, attended Labor Day party. Well, Labor Day was Monday. Jack did not attend just Monday. Jack attended, I think, maybe Friday, definitely Saturday and Sunday, and onwards. So that's kind of worded a bit incorrectly there. What else? Reportedly one of the first to tell others Noah had died. One of the first. If Jack Newton was the first, as in telling the party goers at, well, after 6:05 in the morning, why did Renee Millan say between 5:45 and 6 in the morning? That's when Jasmine called her mother about the news of Noah's death. If at that time Jack hadn't even made it back yet to tell people the news, I think it's just a rough estimate. Stevie Howard, the mother, connected to the case through her children's presence at the party. No. That's been worded incorrectly by this glossary. Stevie Howard, unless it's mentioned on the next page. Oh, no, it's not even acknowledged. Okay, involved in the civil lawsuit, as in Stevie, but described as just involved because of connections to the children that were present at the party. It's not because of that. Oh, no. It's because Stevie, like with Johnny Trout Wilcoxon, responsible for the safety of Noah, responsible for the partying and the underage drinking, as it's labelled in the wrongful death lawsuit, because they supposedly knew what was happening or what was going to happen, as in, if you're the parents, the guardian, friend of friend, and you know a party's going to take place with your kids and children and friends of friends, you know a party's going to take place at that location, and either you own the house or you own land on the property nearby, and you're just aware of the party, meaning you could have stopped the party, you could have called the party off, you could have reported it, then Noah would have been alive till this day. That's what the argument is. It's not just because of connection through the kids that were at the party, it's a deeper connection. Cleo says, Ref, please don't be disappointed. But I am disappointed in you. My disappointment is beyond immeasurable because of the time, the patience, the understanding. Despite things being thrown in my face, false claims being made in the past, fake accounts being made too, not being truthful about it, switching and changing and turning on me in cold ways. I wouldn't say it's fair upon me. Yeah, Ellen, the glossary is a post, latest one, on the r/Noah Presgrove Reddit page, the original one, with what, 3.8k members. I don't think the glossary is good, because I've already got it wrong. These bloody planes are so noisy. These planes are noisier than Strawberry's gob, and that's saying something. Avery Combs, daughter Stevie Howard. Yeah, present at the party the night of Noah's death. Apologies, Strawberry. Carter Combs, present at the party. Johnny Bub Trout Wilcoxon, father to Stevie Howard, I believe. Local resident, member of the volunteer fire department. Among the first to arrive at the location where Noah's body was discovered. Amongst one of the first. Other individuals connected to events. Sarah Long. Oh no. What do we have here? Adult connected to Labor Day weekend gathering, not named in a civil lawsuit, has been noted in timelines surrounding the aftermath of Noah's death. In more context, Sarah Long stating the time of when she showed up to the party house to wake up the kids, including Caden Presser, even though Caden said he left by 7, and Sarah said she got there by 8 or 9 in the morning onwards, and the people were still there asleep. Sarah Long was the one to slip up and refer to the party house as the scene when she got down to the scene, as in the house, which was a bit weird. Sarah Long, the only person who wasn't at the party but was able to recall and state that partygoers went looking for Noah Presgrove when Noah walked off the night before his death, as in Sunday night. Why has no other partygoer acknowledged that Noah Presgrove walked away the day or the night before? Meaning Noah Presgrove walked away multiple times from the party house. Isn't that somewhat significant? What else is there? Renee Milan, adult present in the aftermath of Noah's death. Yeah. Jam agrees, that's good. Referenced in the discussion of what occurred after Noah's death. I mean, it's brief, they did acknowledge that, but if it's going to be brief, at least make it correct and clear. Renee Milan, involvement in what exactly? The main fact, you could group and tag these named individuals and associate them with one particular event or key moment, and I guess with Renee Milan, it would be arriving at the, oh God, I'm going to sneeze again. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Why do I change accent when I sneeze? I don't know. Oh shit, my knee's all dirty now because I've been on the floor. Shit. Thank you, Strawberry. I don't think I've got a tissue either. That's not good. Yeah, it's not looking too good, this. I think the thing is, Ellen, in terms of Johnny Trout Wilcoxon, they said amongst the first, but okay, maybe not the first, but well, it's probably just poor language and wording. When you say amongst, it's like collectively, but not everyone's going to show up first, are they? So it cancels it out, the language. Okay. What else do we have? Jasmine, known as Jazz, young woman present at party, reportedly contacted her mother, Renee, early in the morning regarding Noah's death between 5:45 and 6 in the morning, as Renee said, which is before Jack actually got back to let people know. Caden Pressey, party attendee, key witness. Oh, no. Oh, what are they doing? Referring to Caden as a key witness. Oh, yeah, by the way, Caden is a key witness, but by the way, he's not involved as a defendant or a person. Oh, great. Caden Pressey is not a key witness. How can Caden Pressey be a key witness when he's not even reliable at times in the first place, through all the discrepancies? Caden Pressey, a key witness to when Noah Presgrove was reaching out for people for a ride home. Caden originally said in his statement that he saw Noah reach out to the said individuals. Then Caden said in the live chat of my video, he didn't see it. He only heard Noah through voice, couldn't recognize or identify who Noah was reaching out to. So you're not a key witness to that. And Caden Pressey was supposedly asleep throughout most of it, so how could Caden be a witness? Says Caden provided a timeline that has been consistent over time and was later submitted to investigation. Oh, no. Let me put the phone down for a second. This is stupid, this. Oh my God. What has happened? What has happened here? Oh my God. Do I have any tissues, man? Oh my God, I've got so many pockets and they're all empty. Is there anything in any pocket? Oh my God, I'm so unprepared. Empty, absolutely empty. Unfortunate. Actually, when I kneel on that, I'll be a bit softer. Oh shit, forgot the light in, apologies. So this glossary on Reddit is regarding Caden Pressey as a key witness and having, how's it worded? Having a very consistent timeline. How can Caden have a very consistent timeline when he contradicted himself comparing from October onwards of 2023 up to 2024? Police interview, contradicting, countering his public partners in true crime interview. his public partners in true crime interview partially contradicting his private partners in true crime interview part 2, which was never publicly released. Farmers blow. Whoa, where are we going with this? Blow off camera. What are farmers blowing off? What? Maybe too late into the night. Do you know what's going on, Strawberry? What's next? Alicia Lee, mother to Caden, shared details early on from what Caden reported. Oh no, considered an important voice in supporting Caden's account. How can Alicia be considered by people on Reddit as a valid, important, supporting voice of Caden Pressey when Caden Pressey said in certain text messages or somewhere which we've relayed since, Caden Pressey, in his own words, roughly speaking, saying he wished his mother and father would butt out and stop talking on behalf of Caden because it's doing no good. Caden Pressey, in the eyes of people on Reddit, regarded as a key witness when Caden didn't see half of the stuff. When Caden Pressey isn't even reliable in some of the stuff that he witnessed. Oh, he saw it. No, he didn't. He heard it. Well, that's the difference, isn't it? And Alicia being regarded as the voice for Caden Pressey. How? Because Alicia says Caden's phone was handed in to police and analysed, and Caden said his phone was never taken in by police. So how can Alicia be speaking on behalf of Caden when Caden says something different, Alicia says something else? They're not even saying the same thing. Even if they're innocent, the way they act, or what they've said, it just is weird. And there's hard evidence left, right and centre of it all. Logan Jernigan. Oh no. Wait. Oh no. Why is it? Oh God. So like when we first saw the first part, Stevie Howard named in the civil lawsuit, Carter Combs, Avery named in the civil lawsuit, Bub Wilcoxon named in the civil lawsuit. Yeah, did it mention Jack? I don't think it did. But why is it? Oh, God. It says Logan Jernigan lived at the party house at the time of the events, present at gatherings, has since moved but remains active in discussions about the case. What? Simply remains active in discussions in the case. Has this bloody glossary gone blind or something? I think this glossary is more glossed than Strawberry's lips are, and you can't even see shit because you know what? Logan Jernigan is a defendant. Whether she's truly guilty or not, in the wrongful death lawsuit, Logan Jernigan is a defendant and is tied in with responsibility, just like with Avery Carter. Logan Jernigan is regarded as a host at the party. And this Reddit page isn't even acknowledging that Logan is a part of the wrongful death lawsuit as a defendant. What the hell's going on there? What's this? Jeremiah Wilson, how's he involved? Sheriff, time of death, stated that his office had information but deferred to the Oklahoma Highway Patrol. Cleo, I don't understand even more now with your accusations. They're not accusations, they are facts, and I've got it all backed up as hard evidence. Don't you worry about that, Cleo. Be careful with your mouth. Be careful with your mouth, okay? They're not playing around. I've seen the false claims that you've made about me clear in the past. Public comments, false claims. Gibby, the person who wrote that post didn't know what they're talking about. Very true, Gibby. It's crazy. I might even have to do another video about this. You know, if not enough people was to watch this live stream or find it, I'll just do a normal video about it, reacting, because this is not good. Then the flow will be a lot better as well, because, you know, live streams, it's a bit casual. Val Patrol. What's this? Name that appears in connection to the wider circle of individuals to the case, publicly referenced in conversation around Noah's death. Referenced, roughly, here and there. What? Role or direct involvement remains less clear. Val Patrol remains more or less clear as to not quite sure how they're involved. Val Patrol, Napoli's the store chain, involved in the wrongful death lawsuit. Role or direct involvement remains less clear compared to other individuals. So supposedly the glossary is stating it's unknown as to how Val Patrol are involved or caught up within it. Oh, well, maybe if you go and look at the wrongful death lawsuit, from what it suggests and says, Val Patrol, limited liability, is involved, as in the store Napoli's in, Marlow, supposedly responsible for selling alcohol to an underage individual known as Jack Newton, and Jack Newton was buying that alcohol for Noah Presgrove. I think it's pretty clear. This is crazy. What else do we have? Right, finishing off. Family relationship map. Newton family. Caleb Newton, father to Jack. Jack's son, present at party. Howard Combs family. Stevie Howard, mother to Avery Carter. Avery Combs, daughter present at party. Carter, daughter present. Pressy family. Alicia, mother to Caden. Caden, party attendee. Milan/Long. What? Milan/Long. How does that even make sense? Renee Milan. Renee Milan should be labeled as Renee, mother to Jasmine Milan, mother to Stephanie Milan. Sarah Long, sister to Stevie Howard, but it's not mentioned like that here. Wilcoxon, Bub Wilcoxon, volunteer fire department, but he's the father to Stevie. Jasmine, party attendee, Logan Jernigan. No. That glossary is actually worse than the glossary in the past. Oh, God, it's getting a bit late. What I'll do is a bit of a conclusion now. Yeah. Oh, it's trying to rain? Is it raining for you, Strawberry? It's trying to rain here. Interesting. You feel the rain? I can't quite feel it from here. Okay. So, in conclusion, I'm very disappointed with that glossary. It's not good, especially if people are learning from it for the very first time, so I might have to do another video on it when there's time. I think the list by Justin, at the time, understandable, because it's back then. It may have changed differently since. Probably from Mars. Oh God, I think the rain's gonna get heavier. I'm gonna get wet because I'm outside. I'll have to abandon the live stream shortly. I don't want to get wet. So shout out to everyone that has come along in this live stream. Once again, yes, it was on the spot, but it worked out well. Who wrote this glossary? Well, the username will be shown, but when I tried getting the screenshot, I think I took a photo on an alternative device from the phone, so I can show the full context in a separate video just to clear it up, and I'll find the name behind it. But it's really shocking. It really is shocking. I think as for the next video that I do, it might be to do with the Kenny Veach case, tie some things up there, juggle some of the stuff about, tick things off the list, do it in such an order where it's practical, and then some of the heavier, more labour-based videos and editing can be done at a later point. Just do it efficiently. Okay, so what I'll do, just because of the time, it's getting a bit late, I'll just do a bit of a countdown. If there's any final questions or any final points, feel free to add them in. I'll count down from 20. I don't know if Jam Sandwich will contribute to the countdown from 100. Oh, Strawberry. What are you thinking, Strawberry? Lady Strawberry. Don't think I didn't miss those eyes. 20. Oh, there we go. Jam listening in. Ellen, please do another video on this because I've never seen any of this. Strawberry, my lips are sealed. They are, aren't they? Sealed around my lips. So not much is going to be said, is it? There's not going to be many words exchanged. Yeah, so Ellen, I will do a video. I definitely will do. Where was I now? 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 'There's that time I can't forget to mention about this time I was 21. Yes, Strawberry. What is it? Noisy, 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 noisy. Very anticlimactic, that. You. But more important, at 22 by 2. What's this like? Is this dimensions of wood? 4 by 4. Oh, bloody hell, Strawberry, it's raining now. I'm gonna get all soggy. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. That's true. I'm literally in the rain as well. 14. Yes. Oh my God, 33 strawberries. I don't think I would be able to handle 33 strawberries. What is it, Strawberry? That was an accident. What was an accident? Oh, speaking of bollocks, you couldn't even finish the other half, could you? You know, feed that to the squirrels. Hmm? Tut, tut, tut. Oh, okay. Oh. That's your word, isn't it? I can't be saying R. That's, you own the copyrights to R. You a dentist? I don't know. It appears that I have forgotten what number I was at when trying to do the countdown. How unfortunate. I patterned it. Is that so? Really? You've got the license as well. Interesting. Take care, Ellen. There'll be a video coming at some point. So if I was to use your copyrighted material, Strawberry, would you sue me? Wait, did you just say ooh? Oh, Strawberry! Talking about copyright, you say ooh? Ooh, oh no. When Strawberry says that's a moment of reflection and thinking, what is she going to say next? What is going on inside the mind? Me? Yes. You? Which other Strawberry am I talking to? Well, oh, here we go. Here we go, Strawberry. Let's see the bullet points. You list what you got to say and I'll listen, don't you worry. It'll all work out. Take care, Brenda. Not the one on your wall, obviously. Oh, you. You've been checking out my wall. You do know, Strawberry, the only time when the wall is applicable, the only time when the wall has a strawberry upon it, is when a strawberry is backed up against the wall. It's rather intriguing, isn't it? 20, 19, 18. What's that, Miss Strawberry? Excuse me. Excuse yourself. Oui. Si. Oh, how could we forget? I think you need to learn a bit of Spanish. Hola, señorita, rojas fresas, Strawberry Rita. Hola. Me llamo Warlight Ref. Vivo en Inglaterra. Mi casa es tu casa. Ooh. Hola, bleep, bleep. Oh, I know exactly why you're bleeping away. You're adding in those extra little swear words. Coño. Puta madre. Nada. Fresas rojas muy caliente. Y, señorita, es muy loco. Muy loco y peligroso. Julie Beck has shown up to the Spanish class. I probably should do a countdown in Spanish, but I can't count past 10. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Did someone say something then? I heard a little cough. No. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What? Just on the verge of counting down then. Just clear my throat. Oh, me? You'll let me count? Wow. I'm very honoured, Strawberry, that you'll let me count down on my own live show. That's really good of you. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Oh, the words are coming out now, Strawberry, aren't they? Last minute. Well, warlike Raph would never swear to a lady. But there you are, swearing, turning the air blue. 15, 14, 13. Really? Don't worry, we'll continue this conversation afterwards. We will continue this. Yes, we will. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and don't go anywhere. Don't try hiding under the bedsheet. 12, 11, 10. I'm surprised you're not even commented about the zip. The zip that was going up and down earlier. Well, not up and down relentlessly, but I probably only tugged it once, the zip. So you didn't make a reference to that. Well, I probably didn't in there. Well, I was going to say you copyright them, but you put the H on the end of the O, so I'll let you off for that one. But you know what? I can't say but I can say with a H. There you go. Backdoor, matrix approach, work round. See, I found a way through. I always find a way through, Strawberry. I will. Where was we now? 10, 9, 8. I'm sure more people show up during the live streams during the dodgy countdown. Oh, you know. You know, Strawberry. So you know what to anticipate then. Is that so? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go. I finally got to count down. Ugh. Finally got to count down. That was good. I'm a little bit disappointed, Strawberry. Where are all those compliments? Oh, I know. You're saving them for later. Yes. You're saving them to release like a burst. Isn't that so, Strawberry? Trying to break me, trying to melt me. Didn't work tonight. No. But, reserving it for the right time. I'm very impressed with you. I'm very impressed. You got the timing all under control. So for anyone that is confused, feel free to rewind back to the beginning now, or I guess later when the live stream has ended and processed. All in all, though, some very interesting developments, or at least reflections back on the case and how things have gone. And it does need to be cleared up along the way, because if there is confusion and new people come on in, they're going to be misguided, and that's obviously not a good thing. So with that all being said, thanks for watching the live stream. I'll see you next time in a normal video, and I'll even probably do a recap of what we've done here tonight, but in a normal video format with the proof on screen so you can read it for yourself if you don't have access to it. My name's Warlight Ref. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye and good night for now.